Hello, this is Anasia playing on the server Elysium today. I haven't been on in quite some time. I recorded a couple videos for my first Let's Plays ever a while back, and I have since, my life has been kind of crazy and things have been happening, so I haven't really played much or recorded much since then. So much has happened since my last videos where I was showing myself building a tower. So I'll give a quick little update. So this is on the server Elysium. It is Avalok, Rujak, and I. We had a little island out in the middle of the ocean, of which we started on, and we are each building a tower there, and we're going to have that be kind of our main base, our main hub. And I think I'll go ahead and harvest while I'm talking. But so I finished my tower. Rujak and Avalok are still working on theirs, and then I decided to go ahead and go, since we hadn't figured out our exact plan for our main base, I decided to go ahead and go find my spot for my abode. So that's where we are. I traveled around a whole lot. As you'll see here, I'll kind of get to this, but I traveled around a whole lot and came to this place. And it was covered in horses, as you're kind of getting a glimpse of. So, and I really just liked the layout of the land. So I decided to capture them all. Yeah, so I gathered all of the critters that I could find, and separated them by color, because, I don't know, just cuts. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing over here. Here's my little shack of survival, I guess you would call it. But I decided that this is going to be my main area, my main hub. It's really nice because out that way there's jungle, and out that way there's extreme hills, and the thing with spruce trees that starts with the T. Haha. So I think it'll just be a really nice location. What's happening over here is I decided that I was trying to think of what I wanted my kind of castle or home fortress thing to look like. And I had watched some of the videos by BOO, shout out, he's awesome, on his building school thing, and one of the things he does is he starts out by laying out the materials first, and I thought that was really helpful. So, as you can see here, the different woods, and this one is my favorite, the dark oak. It's just really nice. I like that it's slightly less saturated than the spruce, but it looks really nice with the normal oak too. I mean, overall, I'm happy with all of the woods except for the jungle wood. I don't understand. I mean, maybe it's just me being picky, but I guess it's kind of counterintuitive to me that the wood would be so pink and then the bark would be so green. And I don't really mind that as much as it just doesn't really go with anything. I guess I don't feel like I've seen anything where Junglewood looked good with it, but that's just personal taste. And maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. That's okay. So here I am farming dark oak for my abode, which I'll explain here in a moment. So I wanted to build a castle, but, oh, by the way, we're on 1.7.4, and I have to say, I love the way that the environments flow into, ooh, see, like that. Look at those gradients. Oh, and up here it's really nice. Look at this. Ooh. It's just so nice. I mean, maybe it was like that before, but even still, just in general, things flow really well together now. And I really like that. It's very nice. Now, I was planning on building my castle, and I was thinking about this idea of, oh hey, you know what would be really cool is I really like trees, and I've always wanted like a tree house. So I think I'd like to build a tree in the middle of my like place, my land, my fortress, and then have like a ring of walls and buildings around it. So that's what I was planning on doing, and then I decided, what if it's this giant, enormous tree like that? So that's kind of that's where I'm at right now. I'm planning on building up this enormous tree with the branches like going way out, and it's going to be really pretty. I come up here because it's the best view, probably, of it. Um, Obviously, it's still in process. I'm still in the beginnings of it. I'll hop on down there. But I laid it out in dirt first. By the way, I'm still kind of newish to the game. I mean, I played on the Xbox first for quite some time before I realized that PC is a magical thing. And so since then, I'm still learning. I've been building stuff, but never really getting into like the mechanical side. I haven't done a lot with redstone. I haven't done a whole lot in the nether. But I really like to, and I'm really excited about starting to do that and venturing forth into the new world. Okay, coming in here. So this was originally what was going to be the main entrance, because I was deciding from up there. I was like, oh, it'll be great right here. This will be the entrance. But then I realized that most people coming by land will come from the other direction, since that way is our island. So then I decided, well, maybe I could put it over there. And then I realized, you know what, it's going to be coming from a nether portal, which I'll probably feature like in the center here, or maybe down below under the earth. Because I'd like to have it go down and have a tunnel system down there. So with that being the case, it doesn't really matter necessarily where the doors are, so I put one on each side. I think that'll be convenient, and I think it'll look pretty cool. Once I embellish them more, obviously they're pretty simple right now. Now, what I plan to do here, there's two different ideas I'm kind of thinking about. One idea is that, so this will be like the main floor, and there will be different floors going up. You can see that goes pretty high up there. And that this hallway that goes around the whole thing would be a staircase. So you get to climb up and up and up and up, all the way up the tree, and then it would just stem off onto these floors. Now, I think that'll be great for floor space and stuff, but the downside is that with doing it that way, you lose this grandeur look of being able to see all the way up the tree. So, then there's this other idea. So I was watching Avatar a little while ago. And the one with the blue people, not The Last Airbender, though The Last Airbender is a fantastic show. The movie is not as good, but the show is wonderful. Love it. Highly recommend it. But anyway, I was watching the blue people one, and Navi, and I realized when I saw their tree, I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. That's kind of like what I'm trying to do here. And it might sound like I'm copying, which is lame, but that's not what my intention was, The idea was original, I swear. Maybe. But anyway, so in their tree, they have this spiral staircase in the middle, which I think that could be really cool, especially if you leave this spot in the middle open. I mean, it could be a little bit dangerous. Danger. However, it would be a really neat way to be able to look all the way up and still see how high it goes, and then have that be the stairwell, and then leave just kind of a little opening around it or something like that. And then I would gain all of this floor space out here. I mean, I guess I could kind of keep that hallway for something, but so that's option number 2. Option number 3, which kind of ties in with option number 2, is, or option number 1, I mean, would be to do the stairwell and then to maybe like leave a gap and have like a waterfall come all the way down. Oh, and the sun's going down, so I'm heading back to go get some slumbers. So that's another option. So I'm still deciding what I want to do there, and I have some time, to figure it out, obviously, because it's going to take a while. So that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm contemplating and deciding. I think it'll be pretty cool in the end, though. Either way. So I'll come up here, and so that's a summary of what's going on, and then obviously there will be some branches and things like that coming off of the sides up once you get taller, once you get higher. And so that'll provide more floor space and things like that. And then I can also have as many underground layers as I can fit. And it could even stem out on roots or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Actually, I could even take these roots and make it go into a tunnel automatically. That would be pretty cool. So, all the ideas. So what am I doing right now? So you see here, I came in with the dirt and I structured it out. And then I've been going back in with the wood and going over that structure. That way it actually gives a little more room than I allowed whenever I just put in the dirt. So that's been really working out, I think, well. So this is actually a route that I already filled in, I think. Ooh, we got an issue right there. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. This will all be dug out because now there's wood there. Now I'll come back. I realize trees don't go just straight up. So as I've been doing this, the walls are currently going straight up. But I plan to come back in after I get it up at least most of the way and start adding kind of like veins and, well, you know how trees have kind of like a veiny look with the ridges and stuff in it? I plan on coming in and doing that, so I'm excited about that and how that'll change the look of it. This looks pretty lame right here right now, but again, there's still time. There is still time. So that's what I'm working on. I'm gonna go ahead and come in here, work on this root. I think this, yeah, I planned this out as a root, so we'll make it a root. Now, like I said, I'm a little new to this, so I apologize if you're like, hey, whoa, that was a really stupid way to do that, or man, you are so non-logical in your choices about this building. I'd be like, yep, sorry about that. But I'm learning. It's a learning process, and that is okay. It's getting thicker than I anticipated here. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. Just getting these roots and veins and things like that going out from the tree. That way, hopefully it'll kind of give this nice effect of it kind of just growing out of the earth. I'm going to do one that kind of goes underground and then comes back up. Because those are cool. Those are my favorite. Maybe. I don't really know. Do you have a favorite kind of root? That's a good question. Alright. Ooh. So, that's what I'm working on. Now, Rujak and Avalok will be joining later at some point. I'm not sure when exactly, but they've been pretty busy with other things, but I know they are excited to get going on their towers and help out with the main base. And in the meantime, I'm just working on stuff out here, and then I plan on going back to the main island to help start construction on our main abode. I'm trying to kind of have these come out, like, I like the idea of it coming out like this, because then it looks like it's growing outward, and then as it gets closer to the actual trunk, for it to kind of shift to going straight up. this part's a little weird because right over here it's like this long thing. So I might come back and adjust that so that it's a little more matched, better matched. Because I got some interesting stuff happening here. Now I have a lot of farming still to do as well. Ooh, what are you doing? Little derp. Actually, we'll have you go straight up since you're right next to the wall. And you can come out that way. Now, I found the other day when I was doing this. Actually, let's have you guys go this way. There we go. Kind of mixed up. So the other day when I was doing this, I did that, so I got it all structured out, and then I forgot, I didn't think about the fact that I didn't put any torches on the inside. So when I came back in here and I was digging it out, this is over on that side, I got surprised by a nice little creeper who blew up my building a bit, so I had to rebuild that. That was my fault, it was just goofy. There was like one open 2-block high space, and of course he found it and decided to make it his home till I unearthed him. Let's see, what else is there to say? I'm still working out things with the quality of the video, still learning how to do the recordings and things like that. I'm new to the whole Let's Play thing in general. I love watching them, but I have yet to record them myself, so this is a new beginning. It's a new adventure that I'm quite excited about. And I think I might be going too low here, maybe? Not really sure. I have to go back and check. But other games that I hope to record, you know, I am starting with this just because it's enjoyable and pretty simple, and you can do tons of different things, so I enjoy it. It's really fun to play. I'm contemplating trying out doing like I play a game called Terra. It's an MMO, a free-to-play one. It's really fun. I like it a lot. So I highly recommend that, but I may wind up doing a Let's Play of that as well. So stay tuned for that possibility. But we'll just have to see. And then maybe some like Skyrim or other stuff. Haven't really decided yet. I guess I could explain. I'm mostly an Xbox and PC player now. I grew up playing, my sisters and I, we had a Super Nintendo back in the day, and we used to play that all the time. So we played Mario, Super Mario, and I played The Lion King a whole lot because it was my favorite movie. It was a pretty traumatic day when I realized that I would never grow up to be a lion, and that I would never be able to, like, find my Prince Simba, you know, and stuff like that. So that was kind of a depressing time in my life, but I loved playing those games. And then when we got a little bit older, we wound up getting a PlayStation, and that was huge. I mean, oh my gosh, 3D, what? It was the best. So we played PlayStation then. Games like, I loved Speed Punks. There was this racing game where you could shoot each other and you looked like little chibies, kind of. It was really fun. And then also Spyro and Jak and Daxter and Jak 2 and Jak 3 once we got a PlayStation 2. So I still enjoy those games, still enjoy going back and playing on the PlayStation. But in general, I play mostly on the Xbox now. Done a little bit on the Wii, but not a huge fan. I don't know, I guess, I don't know why. I just haven't quite gotten into the Wii games as much. Yeah, so I think that's a... Oh, and like PC-wise, growing up, My dad used to play this game, Command and Conquer, which is all these like battle. It's a war game and stuff. So we grew up. Anytime he wasn't playing on his computer, we would take over and play Command and Conquer, which was kind of funny. It made it kind of a weird childhood. This little girl who's like, I love Command and Conquer, you know, and stuff. But it was a really fun game. I mean, a lot of the time I was just building custom maps, and then I would make it really easy to defeat the enemy like a jerk. And then I would kill off all of their things, and maybe I shouldn't be sharing this, it's kind of embarrassing, but I would kill off all of their things, and then I would take the whole map and just build this huge city. So I would cover the whole map in buildings, as many as I could fit, with like streets and roads and things like that. And then I would breed a ton of dogs, because I loved the dogs in that game. And then I would give them numbers. You could number them and things. So I would number them, and then I would race them around the map, and like hold dog races and things like that, and do all kinds of things. So I'd spend hours just playing on a map that was already done, you know. Even though, well, and I always left like one little enemy that I hadn't killed. And that was pretty fun. Ooh, look at that pink sky. It's so pretty. Actually, I think I'll take this picture as my thing. Let's do this. Doop. Alright. Oh, I think it's what? F2? There we go. I think I got a spider in there too. Alright. And sleep. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. But that's kind of my history with gaming and what I hope to do here, and then I'll go back to the main island and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching. I encourage you to subscribe if you would like to follow my future videos, and have a marvelous day. Stay tuned, and I hope to see you again. Thanks. Farewell.